Good evening and welcome to Superscreen News at 6, broadcasting to you live from the city of Lagos State, Nigeria. I am, along with the Omega, many thanks for joining us. The Deputy Senate President, Ike Ekweremadu, has urged the federal government and all relevant agencies to respect the right of every Nigerian citizen so that the rule of law will prevail. Ekweremadu, who disclosed this to journalists, said there should be justice and equality and opportunity for everyone. He added that the government should restructure the country in such a way Nigerians will have the right to freedom, democracy, and life as it obtains in different parts of the world. You will recall that last week, members of the Department of State Services, DSS, and the Nigeria Police were alleged to have laid siege on the house of the Senate President, Bukola Saraki, and the Deputy Senate President, Ike Ekweremadu. And now a leader of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in Adamawa State, Jamil Zubairu, says politicians who defected from APC to the PDP are returning to the problems they left unsolved when they left the party. Zubairu, who disclosed this to journalists in Yola, said the ongoing crisis rocking the party was formed by strange bedfellows with different political ideologies. He described the People's Democratic Party as the best party in the country, stating that the party will return to the helm of leadership in 2019. Furthermore, Zubairu, who is also contesting the Adamawa State governorship election, lamented the unpaid salaries in many states. He attributed it to the inability of governors to devise means of generating revenue to the coffers of their state. And now the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Adams Oshiomhole, says the party will use the current gale of defection to weed out people whose values are in conflict with the core values of the progressive fold. Oshiomhole disclosed this to journalists during a press briefing conveyed to analyze the defection of Benue State Governor Samuel Ortom. The APC national chairman said the party is relieved with the exit of Ortom, whom he accused of reducing governance to Nollywood.
When people say automatic ticket, does it guarantee automatic victory if people are against you? I said so. Because we didn't give you departure ticket. So how are we going to give you a return ticket? So I couldn't assure Governor Ortom that we will overrule the position of our party members and party leaders in Benue come 2019 that we will give him a ticket. No. I wanted to simply find out the to cross-check with him the allegation made against him. And he was to come by and say that is why he organized that drama. To say, and that tells you the quality of reasoning. I'm sorry, with all due respect to Governor Ortom. As a former governor, I have every respect for anyone who is occupied that office and anyone who had at any point in time occupied that office. How can you reduce governance to Nollywood? When has it become the case that a governor wants to travel, it is on the radio that he's traveling, and this is the purpose of the meeting, and then all of a sudden the people individually now rush to government house and say, no, don't go, stay, we want you to leave. I mean, if that is the quality of the brain that drives the governance of Benue State, it's a relief for me that he's gone. I'm very sorry.
Ahead of the 2019 election, a coalition of civil society groups has expressed concerns over the 2019 election budget delay. Convener of the group, Clement Nwankwo, disclosed this while delivering his report on the recently conducted election in Ekiti State. Nwankwo said the delay in INEC's budget would frustrate the conduct of the election. He urged the National Assembly to suspend ongoing recess and attend to supplementary budget for the 2019 polls.
As civil society, we need to alert to this, but more importantly, we think that the National Assembly should, working with the executive, agree on a budget for INEC in a way that is acceptable to all sides, and the National Assembly needs to pass this budget before the September 25th date that it has set for itself. And what we are saying in addition is that if the National Assembly needs to cut short its recess to come back and address this, it should, working with the executive, do so that INEC would know that it is ready for elections in all ramifications. But as it is, I fear that the elections in 2019 is being threatened by the fact that there is no funding or approved national budget for INEC to carry out its responsibilities, and it's something that we all need to be very concerned about as Nigerians, as civil society, and so.
You will recall that President Muhammadu Buhari had written the Senate requesting an approval of over 254 billion naira for the prosecution of the project. Meanwhile, the Electoral Commissioner in charge of Southwest, Adedeji Shoyebi, described the Ekiti poll as free and fair, but called on the federal government to tackle vote-buying issues in the country.
We were the first to even admit to the whole world that we noticed this issue of vote buying right from the Edo days. We did not hide it, and we knew the effect it's going to have. Whether we like it or not, wherever there is money, there is no free will, at least in the choice of a candidate. It's going to play a part whether we believe it or not. It's very, very deceitful to talk about, oh, people can still take the money and then do what they like. In most cases, it's pay as you vote. People will really see what you have done before you have paid. It's like we look at the quality of commodity which you have purchased before payment is made. So here I'm played into all of our civil society organizations. The first thing we should do is not to stop talking about it. A lot of people observed it in Ekiti, but honestly, nobody made a report until all the elections are over. If we look at it as a criminal issue, I think we can alert us, and then we can alert the security apparatus to make some arrests there. I'm sure arrests will have a deterring effect to some extent, but it's becoming so endemic that I don't think it's something we should gloss over.
Security experts have expressed sadness over the state of insurgency in Nigeria. These experts expressed their reservations at the American Society for Industrial Society African Security Conference held in Lagos State. Our correspondent Mike Osemeke now reports.
At the annual American Society for Industrial Security ASIS African Security Conference, these experts, whom obviously are worried about Nigeria's state of insecurity, took turns to condemn the rising killings by Boko Haram insurgents and herdsmen in the country.
We have several security issues in our region. When you talk about Nigeria, we are washed with a lot of security issues. We have the Boko Haram, we have the herdsmen attacks, we have the kidnapping, we have the ritual killing, we have the piracy, we have armed robberies and all of that, that are going on right now. So we have decided to hold this conference to address these various issues.
Economy cannot thrive in an insecure environment, and security cannot not also be ensured in a poor economic environment. So economy and security work together. So for us to be able to develop economically as a nation, we need to look at all the security issues and tackle them. Because when the economy is poor, there will be unemployment, businesses will go down, more job losses, people will tend to go into crime, so crimes will increase. And that is create a state of insecurity. And when you have good economy, but the environment is not conducive, those that are providing the various basis for the economic development will leave, especially in terms of foreign direct investments.
The essence of this seminar is it gives the opportunity for our security practitioners in the sub-Saharan African continent an opportunity to share common challenges and common practices to solve security issues.
With the theme, Managing Complex Security Challenges in Africa, These experts were unanimous in their submission that government cannot do it alone, urging capable individuals to support government's efforts.
The government of the day has been saying that they need help. And in the past, they used to focus on foreign countries to provide solutions to the security challenges that we're having. I'm talking of Nigeria now in this part of the world. But the honest truth is, for you to be able to solve your problems, you need to look inwards. We have individuals, we have experts within our private security space who have very good ideas on how our problems can be solved.
We've been working in that aspect to bring the public sector and the private sector together, and then we can have the very best blend of security in our nation. Government cannot do it alone, and the private sector cannot do it alone. Yes, you're doing an excellent job. You've got the government security agents going all out of their way to provide security, but come into partnership with the private sector, come into partnership with people who can do private investigations, people who can provide private security for you, even if it's about state policing.
Government serves a very important security function, as I think we can all agree. But it's equally important for governments to find ways to partner with private enterprise to augment aspects of security that often government can't cover all of. And so in many parts of the world, governments contract with and or consult with private industry, private consultants, private security guard companies, and so forth, in order to advance the security of the country or the region in which they're living.
At the end of this two-day conference, a communique is expected to be issued by ASIS that will support government in decision-making on the possible solution to the nation's state of insecurity.
You're watching Superscreen News at 6. We'll take a break now. When we return, it'll be time for some business stories. Stick around.
Before they come, they're supposed to, give us some information, notice, at least maybe a week or so. There was nothing like that.
Hunger is everywhere in Nigeria. People are dying every day, but Nigerian government are keeping quiet. How to killing people? Why? It's not what we expected because of these old men that are leading us, and you people know, you are aware that these people are not the right people to lead us. These kind of people that are leading us here are people of black mind. They just care about themselves and their family. You are fighting my village. Let me use if I call it useless, I'm not a mistake. The other place where they build a shop, call it plaza. Each shop got 4 million naira. So I don't have the money, so I have to leave. If you plan to get a tribal mark, it takes a lot of pain, but after some time, you enjoy it. No, we experience hold up now during the construction time. Then after some time, we start enjoying it. The way they are doing the construction is too slow. It's too slow. The construction is too slow. They should stop the construction and make sure people go into their businesses and do their businesses.
Welcome back to Superscreen News at 6, and now for some business stories. The Federation Account Allocation Committee, FAC, has allocated the sum of 821 billion naira to the 3 tiers of government for the month of June. The Minister of Finance, Kemi Adeosun, who disclosed this to journalists after the meeting in Abuja, said a breakdown shows the federal government got 315 billion naira, while the states and local government received 194.5 billion and 147.05 billion respectively. The oil-producing states of the Niger Delta received an additional 42.8 billion in total.
We transfer the sum of 100 billion naira into the excess crude account, and we're distributing the balance as follows. Federal government 283,540, state governments 143,815, local governments 10876, derivation 37.408. VAT 85.343, less the cost of collection 3.414 gives a net VAT distribution of 81.929, and that's distributed federal government 12.289, state governments 40.965, local governments 28.675. And then we distributed from the forex equalization the sum of 41.848. So the total amount today distributable is 821,863,000,000 naira only, with 100 billion being transferred to the excess crude account. Thank you very much.
In an effort to permanently address the controversy of inadequate remittances between the NNPC and state governments, Adeosun said the President, Muhammadu Buhari, has directed a new template for calculating all revenue remittance by the NNPC.
The President has directed that a new template be generated jointly between the Ministry of Finance, the Office of the Accountant General, NNPC and RAMFAC. And Mr. President has further directed that prior to FAC, there must be a meeting, a pre-meeting between the Ministry of Finance and NNPC to go through the figures that are being presented and to agree those figures before they are brought to the Federation account. We believe that this reform is very fundamental and will improve the reporting of FAC. The template that we're currently using really hasn't been revised in a very long time. Many of the items or many of the questions and areas of conflict are because the information isn't necessarily presented in the most transparent and user-friendly manner.
In other news, the Vice President, Yemi Osinbajo, says collaboration and co-creation amongst entrepreneurs will support economic growth and job creation. Osinbajo, who disclosed this to journalists, said co-working is an economic and social phenomenon that brings out efficient work and quantum leap in terms of progress. He also said a division of labor defined the productive genius of the Industrial Revolution. Then the concept of co-working must be defining ideas and working where and how. And now the federal government has confirmed August 28 as the date for the commencement of compulsory confirmation exam for some civil servants in the federal agencies across the country. This was contained in a circular released on the official website of the Office of the Head of Civil Service of the Federation on July the 25th. According to the circular, the exam, which is meant for Compro and 1 and 3, is stated between August 28 to 31st. The exam is meant for the administrators, executives, foreign affairs personnel, the police, paramilitary, doctors, nurses, engineers, and teachers under the government's payroll. Still talking business, the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has decried the growing abuse of Naira through squeezing, selling, spraying, and marching on foot while dancing on public functions, as well as hoarding by some centers. CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele, who disclosed this, said any culprits caught in any of the acts will be liable to SDC month and a period of a fine of 50,000 naira or both, in accordance with CBN Act of 2007. And now the president of Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, MAN, Frank Jacob, says the economic challenges facing the country are not yet over, as the manufacturing sector is still on the brink of recession. Jacob said the lingering lifeless performance of the economy had made it imperative for a rethink on the country's development strategy. He also advised the federal government and state governments to work in synergy and carry along relevant stakeholders in fashioning appropriate strategies to improve and stabilize the economy. We'll take another break now. When we return, we'll look at some foreign stories plus give you some sports news. Stay with us.